Sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, uh, Sri Vishnu Mohan Foundation, Ravi, Sri Hari. My namaskaram to everybody. The theme for this conference this year is Peace is Born of Justice and can have multiple interpretations to people based on what it means to each person based on their own lived experiences. Both peace and justice are concepts that are subjective. I mean, everyone has a point of view. So the pursuit of both constitute noble goals, and it will only contribute for the betterment of the humanity, for the society, and for more importantly, for our own selves. I mean, when we start thinking in that context, I think that gives us a huge benefit of benefit, not benefit of doubt, to be able to contemplate and work towards that. However, it is very obvious that for peace to prevail, there must be justice, right? Because you react only when you feel it is not just and fair. So for peace to prevail, there must be justice. So only a justice or a peaceful or just society can be peaceful. While on the surface, we can say temporarily across the globe, only a mirage that hides the ground reality, like violence, poverty, distress. It's inevitable that you can permanently have peace without having justice. Why I'm saying this is because we are looking at various global environments, global political systems. But yeah, I mean, it's not as if everybody gets up and goes and does saying that I just want to go out and fight them. So there is a temporary mirage that says that there is peace. But behind that, there is discontent. People are wanting to revolt. People are wanting to rebel. But yes, you can't just go out and revolt and rebel if there is no just cause. So what is true is that violence is less in this century as compared to previous centuries. However, inequality still persists. Either there is inequality in the countries, the economies of the world, there is developed world, underdeveloped world, developing countries, emerging economies. And new threats are always emerging as we speak. So there is always, you cannot be complacent as these disruptors can actually cause upheavals and lead to anarchy if it's not controlled or managed. To prevent this, what do we need? We need solutions that can help bring about the desired objective. What is the desired objective is what I will try and touch upon. Two such tools that I believe are current and important. I believe education, the topics that I have chosen are role of education in peace building. And the second topic is peace in AI dominated era. All of you must be excited about AI, digital economies, etc. But let me try to weave in these two topics into justice and peace and how we can live normal lives but can still do small contributions towards bringing about a fair and just environment around us. I will try to elaborate on these topics and try to weave these together. I believe that education starts early. When I say early, it doesn't mean only formal, it is formal and informal education. One can get jnana, as we always say, is more important than dhana. As they say, you can chase Saraswati, Lakshmi will follow. But you keep chasing Lakshmi, Saraswati may take its own time too. Not necessarily that Saraswati will follow. So what I mean is formal and informal learnings and learning from the environment around you, right from the inception stage or a young age, is important for sustainable growth of society. And you can also make peace as an outcome of the learnings that you will go through in this formative stage. Even while one of the topic is challenge to peace in the AI is artificial intelligence dominated era. I will make an argument that AI is enabler and can be also be a force for good, AI for good, and need not necessarily be construed as something dangerous that will eat away jobs, that will increase inequality, and can be a threat to the society. Why I'm saying this is as follows. Now, education is a manifestation of perfection already in a man. I repeat, education is the manifestation of perfection in man. Who says Swami Vivekananda. Again, like with each thing in our life, what constitutes education is subjective because we all have our own views about what should be the syllabus, what should be the topics to be learned. Education does not just mean formal education, which is K-12, graduation, post-graduation, etc. But also informal education you receive from your parents, starting from your parents, family, friends, siblings, and nearby community as you keep growing up, and so on and so forth. Thus, an holistic education you receive from your all this environment is important, which provides both the technical skills, soft skills. What I mean by soft skills, emotive skills, how you process behavior, how you process a thought, all of this becomes important. And these things make you a well-rounded individual who are likely to contribute towards the well-being of society. I want to check once again, am I being clearly audible there or is there any disturbance?
You're audible.
Okay, thank you. So to explain how education is a tool for peace and justice, let us start by understanding what is the objective here. The objective is to create a just society which promotes inclusivity. You cannot create a society of loners, people who only think about what they think is right. It has to be an inclusive society. And equality and harmony. You make an inclusive society, you include everybody, and then create equality and harmony around it with external and internal forces. Obviously, you have to deal with it. Education can be a very, I gave the context. Now, why? Education can be a very positive force in multiple ways. I will touch upon two such tools. One is upward, education provides you upward social mobility. That means you are scaling up the ladder of success in this world. I'll give you an example. Education is a great leveler in a very unjust society. To explain this, let us take an example that in a developing country like India, the IITs, I was in IIT yesterday, they serve as a very great example of institutes that uplifted status of people and improved their social standing in society. You might have come from for example, say a young boy who was from a very poor family, but worked hard, gave competitive exams, and gave his, instead of living in an urban area, was living in a village area. Somebody contributed, finished his 12th, gave the IIT exams, moved up, studied, got into environmental engineering or computer science and stuff. Again, slot for 4 years in IIT. People, dream, saying, when I get out of IIT, my life will change. And that's true. They have created an institute, for example, like this. Compare these children to, children living in urban areas like Mumbai city, Chennai upmarket, Mumbai, Delhi, who have access to best education, but still they cannot make it to IIT entrance, etc. Or they are living in a comfortable environment and then still get into IIT. So you will think it is very unjust that such a poor boy has to struggle and get into IIT, whereas a rich boy doesn't have to struggle and get into an IIT. Which means the poor boy doesn't have access to the same set of opportunities. In a country like India, IITs, IIM, these provide one set of opportunities for people to struggle hard at their initial phase and then come to a level that they can be level. Because once you finish IIT, you get the best of jobs. Once you finish your IIM, you are called by somebody. So you keep learning the cultural change and then becoming, so that your next generation doesn't have to go through all of those opportunity losses. So once he gets a good salary and job after finishing IIT, he is able to match himself with the privileged class. So this is a very good example of how our education creates upward social mobility. or creates an opportunity for you to go up the social ladder. The second thing that I'm thinking about is promoting critical thinking, tolerance, and compassion. Now, how education is related to this? I told you it's formal, informal, environmental, outside, inward, and outward. Education targets individuals right from an early age, and which is, the earlier you go, the better it is for you to mold people, right? As they say. The more we are all becoming inflexible as we age because we say this is the way we want to do it. So flexibility is not the strength in elderly. The flexibility is a thing that we can mold as the young kids keep growing up. And it is only us adults who develop prejudices, bias, arrogance, ego, pride, and other adverse traits that causes instability and inequality. It's very easy. A child, when it's born, it doesn't know. It keeps molding itself based on the learnings it has. See, holistic education can teach children about life, about cooperation, about how to cooperate with each other, how to be a very good friend, how to be honest, and how to save a friend and tell a lie. I mean, that also talks about friendship. So we are talking about a lot of emotive qualities also as you go through this informal process and formal process of education to your churn. The most formative years are say 5 to 12, 5 to 15 is what I think. It's also important to realize that everyone will have a different viewpoints, and that is what makes a diverse and thriving society. You may not think like me. I may not think like Ravi. Sri Hari may think in a different manner. There are different people. This diverse thinking, people have to accept and live with it. And that's what we need to teach these children as they grow up. As to somebody may not agree with you all the time. You may like a sweet, somebody else may not like that sweet. But you still can be good friends and manage life. That's about tolerance, peace. There's nothing about being just and fair. It's about you having a right to a view and I respecting that your right to view, and I may disagree with that view, but I still can live it. That is called tolerance thinking. And compassion you have to develop. Compassion also you can develop only during the younger years as you keep growing up. How you behave with animals, how you have pets, how do you deal with others, how empathy is being developed. If it is me or the highway or what I think is the right thing, that nobody can think, or I am right always. A lot of children have this problem. I have been counseling few even young adults like 20s, and today in this world of Instagram, instant gratification, Facebook, I like, and it's also there even in adults, even about 35, 40, 50 and all ages. What do you do about it? You have to live with it. But instead of making that as a trait to complain, why can't we reorganize ourselves? It's like saying, live and let live. So that's what it's all about, tolerance and harmony. So for that, you have to important everyone will have, so learning at this young age and managing to hold divergent thoughts in your head can only lead to a peaceful society. So I'm converging saying that people have different views, divergent viewpoint, and what makes diverse. But if you live with diversity, different viewpoints are able to then live with it, that's when you are living peaceful. So wars are only born in the mind and they are fought on the ground, but they are only created and born in the mind. I'm using the word born, but wars are born in the mind. And thus education can teach us to control our minds. Jealousy can lead to a war or can lead to an unjust treatment. Pride, revenge, these are all thoughts of the mind. Similarly, wars can also be created in a mind and then fought. Nobody can stop it. It's the euphoria. But suddenly all of them start thinking and stop saying wars can only kill people. Then they will probably take a step back and say, let us discuss our differences of. And thus education can teach us to control our minds. That's my point of view from education. It also sensitizes people about issues such as sustainability, global warming, climate change. So you're becoming sensitive to all these issues. Otherwise, we are all in a rat race chasing things. How do we stop, think, take a breath, and say, no, what I'm doing is not right. Maybe it makes me a lot of money, but maybe I'm making money in the right way, but there is something that I'm compromising. Can I let go of a little bit of that material thinking and then say, let me also contribute towards sustainability? Maybe I'll make, instead of $100, I may make $80. Doesn't matter. I'm still making it. So I think education, both formal, informal, to just conclude, and environment and shaping your mind's tolerance is all towards being contributes towards just and peace and fairness, and also more importantly gives us a peace of mind. We all at least think that we are living the right way. Now I finished the education part of it and its contribution towards peace and fairness and justice. Let me move on to the most interesting topic, artificial intelligence. Today, digital transformation, click and buy culture is there, instant gratification, as I mentioned earlier, Facebook. You want more than what you like for yourself, you want others to like it on you. Could be, maximization. Last time I think I spoke about minimalistic living and maximizing our thoughts. So, the idea is that if you live in a digital world, you can't now escape artificial intelligence. It's taking the world by storm, right? I mean, OpenAI has created version 2.0 because it's 1.1 is already being challenged. Now, emotive intelligence is being built into AI. Grok, as Elon Musk has launched, is also can transact on an AI basis emotionally and also can create happiness quotients or react from data.
Shridhar,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. Will you be able to wind up in a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. Give me another 5 minutes. So job losses, we worry about AI taking job losses, increasing inequality. We create bias to AI. Deep fakes is a big problem. You can imitate, create somebody's profile. Ethical issues are there around ChatGPT because people are worried, artists, writers, creative people, that my text and my stuff is being used. These are all valid concerns. However, that doesn't mean that it is all bad. AI can be a powerful tool, and AI can be also used in the right way, can also do good. Everyone must be given a chance to upskill themselves to compete in the new economy.
Shridhar, excuse me. Can you please wind up in a few minutes?
Sure. So how can AI be used for good? Good health and good well-being. AI can improve the quality of healthcare. You can early detection of disease like cancer. There are a lot of things, skin conditions, ultrasound tools to identify issues, fetus, drug discovery, effectiveness. It can also be used in education. Examples include apps to help children to improve their reading skill, people who have motor skills. So AI has a huge benefit in terms of health, well-being by doing data analysis and predictive analysis. AI and ML put together, quality education can be provided today. Climate, biggest example, I have invested in a company called Precinto and we mentored it. Startups can use AI to manage energy consumption in buildings by optimizing heat, ventilation, and lighting. There will be superior risk assessment systems, improve efficiency of electricity grids. They can also address inequality and poverty, improving healthcare, education, access can reduce poverty, resource allocation through predictive analysis can help governments. Thus, it is important to how you use these tools and make it very valuable for the generation, most importantly the new generation and the young generation. So by saying all of this, what I mean to say is education and then now the new AI, how they can be woven together, and if used in the right perspective and can be molded for generating a very peaceful and fair society going forward. But I think everything starts with you. You have to start doing it yourself and then create awareness among the society as you go along. Thank you very much.